You're listening to the Teach Better Talk podcast featuring expert educators eager to share progressive tactics to reach more students. Teach Better Talk is created by teachers and fueled by passion. Let's get started.
Hey everyone, welcome to episode 150 of Teach Better Talk. I'm Ray Hewart, and I am with my dynamic, kind of frustrating friend Jeff Gargis, but we'll go with dynamic because it's 150 episodes, and he puts up with me for a lot of time that we spend recording. So hey Jeff.
Hey, 150 is a lot.
It is a lot.
And I love how after 150 episodes, you still can't quite just leave it at a good one. You're like,
No.
Dynamic, but also frustrated.
Yes.
Totally understandable. I get it.
Okay, let's be honest. We've spent the past 3 hours together, so
That's true.
I think that I'm allowed to give you a compliment and then also a little jab because it makes it more fun.
Yeah, you're right. This is our third recording tonight, so we typically do this usually 3. This week we've got a bunch. We've got some, because we're traveling a lot over the next couple months, we're like trying to bulk up on episodes. So we had 3 tonight. We've got, I think, 2 on Wednesday. We got 2 on Friday. We got a lot of recording. And then we're spending like a couple days, like we're hanging out a couple days together next week. And then it's only like a week and a half. Then we're spending like a couple more days together. And it's like, what are we doing? This summer in June, you and I are going to be together from, it's 9 days.
Straight.
9 days, not 2 weeks, 9 days. 2 weeks is just absurd. 9 days we can handle. 2 weeks, I don't think so. 9 days.
It is a lot of Jeff time in my future.
Yeah, that is a lot. Yeah. Really feel bad for you. But 150 episodes is also a lot of Jeff time.
I can't believe that it's been 150 episodes. To be honest, for our listeners, because they know us well enough to know, we didn't notice it until right before we started recording that we were like, holy moly, 150 episodes. That's like momentous moment.
Like we should do something. Or we could just do the episode.
Well,
we've been going for like a year and a half now. We're actually officially at almost officially at a year and 6 months.
Yeah.
We've been doing this. So it was the end of August 2018 that we launched.
Mm-hmm.
Now, of course, we started recording in July of 2018, so we've been doing this longer, but it's crazy to think.
It's crazy. And we are doing something special. We are giving away an incredible book that you'll get to hear about later this episode.
Yep. So, you got to listen to figure out how to win our guest's brand new book, which is super cool.
And you do definitely want this one because it's not only for you, but it's for your students as well. So that will be coming. But before we get into that episode, I really liked that last episode. We highlighted Tim Cavey. And I think we should highlight another really cool educator.
I'm digging this. Let's do it. Who do we want to highlight right now?
Do I get to pick?
Yeah, you get to pick.
Okay, I'm going to pick the educator that I have been successfully stalking for about 5 years. I was embarrassed.
Ray, we don't need to highlight me.
No, it's not you.
I'm already here.
No, I have been a fan of Dr. Valerie Camilla Jones for a very long time. To be honest, my first year teaching, so it's been almost 7 years that I have been stalking her. And if you want to know a dynamic educator, she is one to connect with. She works at the Ron Clark Academy in Atlanta, Georgia, that I've had the pleasure of going to twice as a teacher, and actually it'll be soon 3 times with my students. And she is just a math guru. She is incredibly knowledgeable in how to reach her students. And she actually speaks as well. So she gets to inspire educators all over the world and share her goodness. So I've loved being connected with her. And especially if you guys aren't on Instagram, she posts Instagram stories about epic new ideas for the classroom. So I feel like I'm always searching for her.
You kind of introduced me to her a little while back, so I've been connected and watching stuff. I love that she's got a love for movies.
Yes.
And she brings movies into her classroom, and she's dressing up and she's doing all kinds of cool stuff. She really goes above and beyond for her kids. Which obviously you see a lot of that down with Ron Clark Academy. Obviously, they're big for that, but she really does. And then I love that she shares it out because she's really passionate about it. She wants other people to be able to do the same for their students and stuff. So
Well, I think
she just seems like fun. I think you've met her. I haven't. She just seems like a lot of fun too. So.
She is fun. And I think that the difference is there's so many teachers out there who are trying to bring really engaging lessons to their classroom. But what I love about Dr. Jones is that she's not only doing that, but she's bringing in that real world context and doing it in a way that's extremely relevant. Like bringing in a movie to your math classroom could be really interesting, but does it actually connect to the content's relevancy? And the answer to her is yes, absolutely. She is always on the up and up with new technology. She's always transforming her classroom for the purpose of, further reaching her students. And let me just tell you, Jeff, I know that we've seen a lot of speakers, but her specifically, like you cannot take your eyes off of her. She is so engaging and passionate. I just feel like it oozes out of her pores. And so, I don't know. I just feel like if we're going to highlight an educator, she's got to be on the list.
Well, maybe I need to go to Atlanta sometime.
You should go to Atlanta and go meet her in person.
My big brother's down in Atlanta. I should totally go down there.
You should.
But no, so that's awesome. So let's shout out her handle or her website.
Yes.
How about her website gets you everywhere else?
Sure. I mean, her.
So on her site, she's got all of her links on there. What's the website?
I can tell you when I pull it up in a second on my phone. Do you have it in front of you?
Is it Dr. VC Jones, I think? I should know.
Dr. VC Jones. There's an underscore with her. That's her Instagram handle is Dr._VC Jones.
Yeah, got it. So then the website to go to is, I have no idea what the website is.
Okay, can I just say?
It's drvcjones.com.
Perfect.
So it's literally drvcjones.com.
Yeah.
Hopefully you guys can connect with her and get to know her, follow her, and maybe take away some of that awesome value. So,
do you think that she'd be my new best friend if I asked her nicely?
I hope she is, Ray. I really do.
Think she'd be my new best friend?
Yes. I'm tired of being your best friend, so I really hope she doesn't swoop in and do that.
Oh, stop! She'd be way cooler than you as a best friend.
Yeah, that's not even up for debate. Yes. So this is episode 150, which is really cool. Super excited. And I joke, I think, right at the beginning when we started talking with Tori, I'm like, we were going to do something. And then we said, we got Tori. And I joked, but actually, totally worked out. She was totally, she was perfect for it. It was great. So Tori Cameron she's a teacher. She's a STEAM specialist. I would say STEAM enthusiast, STEAM lover, whatever you want to call it. Like, she's so big on STEAM. She's an author now, brand new author. We talk about her book. We give away a book. We got an opportunity for you to win one of her books. She's a podcaster. She's got a great podcast called Steam Up the Classroom. And she does. I want to allude to it without giving it away. But she talks to us about this really cool other position she has that it has her now having absolutely a global impact and super cool. And I'm super excited to watch her journey and that continue, but we talk about it in this episode, so I'm really excited about that. So much value packed in here, regardless of whether you have like this a big interest in STEAM or anything like that or not, just in general, great advice, a lot of positivity from her, just super fun person. Anything else before we go into the episode there, Ray?
Yeah, I think it's important that you guys all try and get that book. And I just want to give a shout out to Jeff Gargas for buying me her book on Amazon because I'm really excited to get my copy.
I do what I can.
Yes, you're so sweet.
And with that, let's get into episode 150 with Tori Cameron.
Hey everyone, it's Ray. We are about to get right back to the episode, but I wanted to make sure you are a part of our Facebook group. The Teach Better team has a private Facebook group that has grown so much over the past few months, and we continue to do live sessions, answer questions, and have teachers share their lesson plan ideas so we can all collaborate together. Head over to Facebook and search Teach Better Team to request to join, or you can head to teachbettergroup.com and request there. Either way, we'll see you over on Facebook. Now let's get back to the episode.
All right, we're here and we were chatting with Tori Cameron. And Tori, we just kind of came to the realization that this is a super awesome episode. It's episode 150, and here you are to celebrate it with us. We're super excited about that. So excited to just dive into your story and hear about everything you've done, your journey now, your book, your podcast, everything. But before we get too far into that, how are you feeling right now?
I'm feeling great. I'm really excited to be here. Thanks so much for having me on.
We're so excited to have you, Tori. And I know you're doing so much in education. I cannot wait to like dive into all of the pieces that you're involved in. But first, question one's really easy. We just want you to tell us a little about yourself. And I know you have a lot going on, so good luck with that one.
Yeah, so I am a STEAM teacher, and I teach grades 3 through 6 in East Bridgewater, Massachusetts. And I helped them create a STEAM lab. So it's the second year that the lab's been open, and it's been really awesome creating curriculum and just going through all sorts of different type of technology and seeing what works for the students and everything. So that's been a really fun ride. And I also have a podcast where I talk about STEAM, and it's called STEAM Up the Classroom. And I love to have guests on, and I just pick their brains. I just ask them questions about what they're doing in teaching or in the realm of STEAM. And that's really fun for me to learn from other people. I also am an author, and I had my first book just come out, which is still wild to me, and I can't believe it. It's been a dream of mine to my whole life to be an author, so I can't believe that it's finally come true. And my book is called Awesome Brain Games for Kids: STEAM Puzzles and Facts for Curious Minds. And on top of everything, I love to run after-school clubs and summer camps, all relating to some types of STEAM. And I also am helping out a university in Somalia, and I'm actually teaching some STEAM classes via Skype to them, which is really wild. And they're starting up their program. It's a new university, so I'm excited to just help spread STEAM across the world, I guess now. So yeah, there's a lot going on, and I'm just excited to be here.
Amazing things going on. Wow.
We have a lot to unpack here. All right. So I want to talk about all of it now. Let's talk about the podcast real quick. So STEAM Up the Classroom. Can you give us the rundown, sort of what made you start it? How far in? Or how many episodes have you done? And sort of the format for how it is. You kind of talked about how you chat about them. I assume it's always people that are already in and doing things related to STEAM, or maybe are there teachers that are coming on that are just starting to tinker with it or get interested? Like, what's sort of the format of your show, and how long have you been doing it?
Yeah, like all of the above. So I'm in season 3. I've been doing it for like 2.5 years. I try and get out an episode every month, give or take. So I'll do like 10 episodes a year, because I'll usually take like the summer off, give myself a break. But yeah, so I just pretty much have all sorts of different people on. If there's people that I think we'd have a great conversation, I'll reach out to them and say, hey, do you want to come on? And we can just chat. I've had teachers come on. I've had colleagues come on. I've had people across the world. I've had a few people from Australia, because there's a really awesome chat that's called #PrimarySTEMChat on Twitter, and it's Thursday mornings for us in the US, Thursday evenings for them. And there's some awesome people that I met there, so I invited them on. I also have had Tara Martin on. I know you guys love her. Who doesn't love Tara Martin?
I was just going to say that. Who doesn't love Tara?
She's just so genuine and amazing. So I met her at MassQ this year in the fall, and I just loved chatting with her, and I don't know, got confident enough to ask her on, and she said yes, which was wild. And I had Egan from the TV show Making It on NBC come on, and he chatted about his experience as a maker. So he's a real life STEAM person, which is really awesome. It's a really great conversation to have with people. It's like one of my favorite things that I'm doing. I don't know. It just brings me happiness, I guess.
That's awesome. I love it.
Yeah.
So I assume we could find that on all the different platforms, right? And obviously we'll link it here over in the show notes, so you guys can go make sure that you subscribe and start listening to everything that the conversation that Tori's having. So now I got to ask you about Somalia.
Yeah.
So tell us about how that happened, and then sort of you kind of alluded to what you're doing, but how did that come about? How did you get involved with that? And then what is your actual involvement? Like, what are you doing?
Yeah, it's pretty wild. So actually, the president of the university used to work in the United States, and he worked with my father-in-law, and he had told him about how his dream was to start a university in Somalia, and they've stayed in touch. And my father-in-law always would chat about how much I love STEAM and STEM, and then we connected, the president and I, and he said that he wanted to start a STEAM program where the university students can learn different STEAM techniques for their own lives. And so I am the program director for them, and I've been working to start up their STEAM classes. And I Skype early in the morning over, because it's their afternoon, and it's in the very beginning stages, but yeah, it's like really cool. Definitely an awesome opportunity that I don't think, how do these things even happen? Right? Like what a crazy set of circumstances that it kind of came about. But I'm really honored that they invited me into their university as the program director and as an associate professor. So it's pretty wild.
That is really cool. That's neat. That's gonna be fun to watch. I'm interested to watch your journey with that and see where it all goes. So
Thanks.
So that's really cool. I'm gonna have to come back later on and like tell us about it in a year, like how it's grown and stuff. Super cool.
Yeah, it's in the very beginning. I have my first class with them coming up this week, so I'm excited.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very cool. All right, so let's keep it on the story mode here. Can you tell us a story about a time that you've had a failure either in your life or in your professional career? Kind of tell us what happened, how'd you overcome that, and what you take away from that experience?
Yeah. I think part of my job as a STEAM teacher is really learning how to fail, because I've had so many different ideas for lessons, and sometimes they work and sometimes they don't work. And I've always tried to be pretty honest with my students, and I'm the kind of teacher that's like, this is just not working. This is not how I planned this was supposed to be. And I think, the students can relate to it, and I tell them that we fail and it's okay, because we can figure it out and we can fix it and we can make it better. So I mean, part of my whole teaching philosophy is just trying to be honest with the students and letting them know that sometimes I have plans that don't work out, and that's okay. Just like sometimes they're trying to make a project work and it doesn't, and that's okay. So I guess like my kind of whole teaching philosophy is that it's okay to fail. I don't know if you were looking for like a specific failure, but they happen,
I think that totally works.
Yeah, I think that totally works. Yeah, I'm good with that 100%.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like the running joke now with my students that I don't have any erasers in my classroom because I don't have any pencils, because the pencils just seem to walk away every time I restock. So I'll even say, like, we don't even have erasers in here. It's okay. You don't need to erase that. Just cross it out and move on, kind of thing.
I like that.
No, I think that mentality is really progressive as well, because there is so much conversation going on right now about the need for students and teachers to fail. And so I think that you having that lens and actually putting it into practice every single day, really, I mean, I think it makes you quite authentic as somebody that, to be connected with, to really be reflective and, try and model that for your students. So I think that's fabulous.
Thanks. It's definitely something that I've had to really grow and actively teach myself that it's okay. And I think part of the reason why it's working is because I have such an awesome, supportive administration, and they're the kind of people that are like, okay, like let's talk it through, and I think because they don't have that, because they're so supportive, it's allowed me to flourish, and therefore it's allowed my students to flourish. So I think it kind of all is like one big working. I don't know what the word is. Like it all just kind of works together. I think if I had a different type of administration that we weren't allowed to make a misstep or have a lesson that didn't work out or make a change in the middle of a lesson because we needed to, I think it would be a different story. So I'm grateful for my admins.
Absolutely. And I think giving them a shout out is so awesome. I think the more we can get a coherent ecosystem to work together and kind of take the risks together, it adds such a fun element to teaching. So I have to ask you, I mean, obviously you have great support. You've done a lot to support educators. The book is huge. I'm so excited for you.
Thanks.
But like, what is keeping you excited? Like, what's fueling your fire to get up every day and essentially like stumble into failure alongside your students and put this, kind of like lead forward, hat on? What's really keeping you going?
Yeah. I really like my job. It's my ideal teaching position, being a STEAM teacher. It's, been such a dream of mine for as soon as I figured out what STEAM was. And I'm so lucky to be in my job that it makes me excited to get to work. And I have all these huge ideas, and some ideas I need to remind myself that that's a 5-year goal. And other ideas I'm like, okay, that's a goal for today. And all of them just make me feel excited to try them out and to keep going and to make the program as big and awesome as possible, because the kids are so excited about it. I'm so excited about it. And I don't know, it's just one of those things where I just feel really lucky, and I feel like it kind of just oozes out in every possible
awesome.
way. Yeah. I'm the teacher that has music playing in the background, and we have cardboard all over the ground, and it's okay because we are building something or we're creating something together. And as long as we're all, doing what we're supposed to be doing, then yeah, let's crank up the music and dance while we're putting this awesome robot together or something like that. And I'm excited to see the kids in the morning and to have them come into my classroom. And it's kind of like a wild schedule that we have too, where I'll see the kids 5 days in a row, and then I don't see them again for a couple of months because of the way that it rotates. So I feel like I have only a few days with the kids, and we have to get through all of our awesome STEAM projects for that set of 5 days. And then I get to do it all over again with another group. So it's kind of like, it's really cool.
Oh my goodness. This just keeps getting more interesting and more interesting. So I have to say, between the work that you do with STEAM and the amazing, opportunities that you have, plus then obviously the restrictions you have, only seeing students a few days every so often, what advice do you want to share as your piece of advice for an educator who wants to continue to move in this progressive mentality? What advice do they need?
I would say surround yourself with people who are positive, and it's not always easy. And, everyone has their moments where they don't feel like positive. I mean, I sound like I'm super positive right now because I'm excited to talk to you guys, but I have like my days where I'm just like, I can't believe like this is happening, and I need someone there to help pick me up. But I think surrounding yourself with those people that are going to cheer you on through the good and the bad is really key. And just seeking those people out and being that person for other people when they need you to be, and just giving yourself some grace and allowing yourself to have a lesson that doesn't go well, and just know that tomorrow's a new day and you can make it better. Or another philosophy that I have when the kids come in is this fresh new day. So yesterday might have been a rough day for you, but today will be a better day. And I think as an adult, telling myself that and telling my colleagues that, it's something definitely to try and emulate, because if you have a really bad day, you go to bed and you wake up in the morning and it's a fresh new beginning. So why not give yourself that chance to have a better day?
I love it. Yeah, that's great. Before we get on to the 6 questions here, let's talk about your book for a second. So your book just came out, right?
Yeah.
So did you self-publish? Did you have a publisher? How did that come? How did that all work? How did that come about?
Yeah, I had a publisher.
Okay.
I actually had a publisher reach out to me. They heard about my podcast and they asked if I would be interested in writing a STEAM book, and of course I said yes because like that's the dream. Yeah. So
Who's the publisher? Can we give him a shout out?
So the big company that's under is called Callisto Media, and then the people that printed it were Rock Ridge Press.
Okay, right.
So yeah,
good stuff. So tell us about the book. What can we expect? Who's it for? Who should pick it up?
Yeah. So it's for kids. It's about ages 8 to 12. You can stretch it. There's definitely some things for younger kids and definitely some things for older kids. And it's all sorts of different puzzles and challenges and games. It's filled with like crosswords. It's filled with word puzzles, all sorts of things. And then there are different STEAM leaders for all the different subjects of STEAM, STEAM, science, technology, engineering, art, and math. And there's all sorts of leaders that you can learn about in the book, and there's all sorts of questions and answers too, so you can learn some fun facts along the way. It's just, I would have loved this book as a kid. I was totally the kid that would pick up the puzzle books and try and like make it through the entire thing in one day. So I'm excited to see that my students and other kids are as excited to do it. And then, I mean, it's awesome for adults too. So I've had some colleagues and parents say that they can't put it down. So
it sounds like a book my kids would love. So I'm excited about that. So because you're so awesome, we chatted beforehand and you said you got a copy of your book you wouldn't mind giving away for free.
Yeah, let's do it.
So let's do that. So you listening right now got an opportunity to get this. So here's what we need you to do. Tweet out, make sure that you use the hashtag, and you can go on either Twitter or you can go on Instagram if you want, but use the hashtag #TeachBetterTalk, and then make sure you include an at Jeff Gargas, at Ray Hewart, and then Tori, tell us your handle.
At Steam Up the CLSRM.
All right. And Instagram, it's Steam Up the Classroom full forward, right, on Instagram. So make sure you do all that. We'll keep our eyes out after this comes out, and we'll pick randomly someone, and we'll ship the book to you.
Sounds like
a
plan.
Awesome. I appreciate it. That's awesome that you do that, Tori. Thank you.
Yeah.
Very, very cool. Okay, now let's keep having fun. The next 6 questions we're going to do, your goal is to answer each one in 15 seconds or less. You ready to go?
I'm ready. No pressure.
That didn't sound confident at all. All right. What is one ed tech tool you cannot live without?
Oh, 100% Flipgrid. There's so much you can do with Flipgrid.
There really is. It's such a good tool. What is a book you're reading right now?
I've been reading all of the Harry Potter books on audio. So I'm almost done book 7.
Loving it. That's good.
Yeah.
That's how I need to do that. I don't think I could read the books, but I should do the audio.
Honestly, I know we need to do this in 15 seconds, but let me just get on the soapbox real quick. The Harry Potter audiobooks are unreal. They are so good. The person that reads them does all sorts of different voices for every single character, and it literally is like watching the movie, but you're just envisioning it in your own brain.
Very cool. All right. Yeah. Good to know. Who do we need to follow on Twitter or Instagram today?
So definitely Jenna Mercury, and yes, that's her last name, which blows my mind because her handle is at Science4Us with the number 4, and she is a really cool person. Erica Sandstrom, she is the person to go for any green screen questions, and her handle is at greenscreengal. And Mandy Figlioli is such an amazing person who also is an author and a maker, and her handle is at Mrs. Fig Makes.
I feel like Jenna Mercury should be fronting like an 80s rock band or something.
Oh yeah,
right?
That's like a total rock star name. Anyway, give us a good YouTube channel or website for educators.
Again, Erica Sandstrom is doing so many cool things with green screen and SEL. Her YouTube channel is awesome. You can get lost in it for days.
Give us a daily, weekly, or monthly routine every teacher should get into.
Greeting students every day and checking in on your colleagues. And I would say get on Twitter.
Ooh.
Yeah.
And what is the best piece of advice you've ever received?
Say yes and put yourself out there.
I love it.
That's what I've been doing this year, saying yes.
Yes. I love it. Good stuff.
Oh, I think that's fabulous. I like the put yourself out there element. I was just talking to another podcaster earlier today, and we kind of had that same conversation about it's difficult, but we still should put ourselves out there and so many different capacities. I think that really resonated with me. I like that.
Hey,
Yeah.
Ray, I want to do something right here. I think you're going to approve. All right, Tori, we're going to test this theory out, Tori.
Okay.
This whole say yes, Tori.
Ooh.
So we've got the 2020 Teach Better Conference coming up in October here in Ohio.
Mm-hmm.
You should come out and bring the podcast out.
That would be wild.
Podcast and say yes, Tori.
I really want to say yes.
Oh, no, she's not going to say yes.
If you're including like the conference fees and like airfare, then absolutely
We'll figure something out. We'll figure something out. I got her to say sort of yes.
I'm honestly like, I really want to go to the Teach Better conference. Like it's on my number one, like, top 5 list of conferences I absolutely want to get to. It's just a matter of living on a teacher budget, if you get my drift.
We're going to figure it out. We are going to figure it out.
Yeah, Tori, we need you there, and I think you'd be a great addition. So consider yourself busy on October 2nd and 3rd, 2020, because you're going to be with us.
Okay.
I love it.
I knew you'd approve.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, until October, I want our listeners to make sure they connect with you. Of course, they'll meet you in person at the Teach Better conference, but we also want them to connect with you virtually as well. Would you mind kind of sharing how people can stay connected?
Yeah, so I'm really active on Twitter. That's probably the best place to have a chat with me. And my handle's at SteamUp, the CLSRM. If you want to see my classroom in action, you can check out my Instagram, which is at SteamUp the Classroom. That's where I post videos and pics of what the kids are doing, and I'll update my stories with things that are going on with me, or different events I'm planning. Like you'll see a lot of at the end of October, the Massachusetts STEM Week goes on. So I throw a really big, awesome family STEAM night. So I'll start hyping that up soon. And my website is steamuptheclassroom.com. Are you guys seeing a pattern here?
Yeah, good pattern.
And Facebook is Steam Up the Classroom. So and my book, again, is Awesome Brain Games for Kids, STEAM Puzzles and Facts for Curious Minds. And you can find the links for that pretty much on any of the platforms I just said. And my podcast is, are you ready for it? Steam Up the Classroom.
Oh, I didn't see that coming.
I should have had a totally random name for that one.
You can find all the links and everything what we talked about in this episode over at teachbetter.com, as well as all those really important links for connecting with Tori, listen to the podcast, checking out the new book, checking out our classroom, everything like that. So make sure you head over to the show notes over at teachbetter.com for all that. Be sure to hit subscribe so you don't miss any upcoming episodes. And if you give us a rating and review, we'd really, really appreciate that. Let's keep taking it one step further. Think of just 3 of your colleagues who need to hear these amazing stories and share this podcast with them. We'd really appreciate that. Tori, this was awesome. So excited about the book. Happy for you, excited for you, pumped to watch it go out and people to enjoy it. Excited to continue to watch the podcast grow and to watch your journey with the school in Somalia is really, really cool as well.
Thanks.
So I appreciate you coming on and give us a little bit of time. Thank you.
Yeah. And just a reminder, if someone wants to win the book, to tweet out, right? That's what we said, Twitter?
Yeah.
Did we say Twitter or Instagram?
Twitter or Instagram.
Okay.
Make sure you use hashtag Teach Better Talk. Tag Ray and I, and make sure you tag Tori. That's what you have to do. That's a pretty simple entry fee, I think. So
yeah.
Awesome. Until next time, let's get out there and let's teach better.